Hey, listeners. This is Brett Hespel of the Porter Pridecast. Just wanted to thank you for joining the show, but we also want to make sure you follow along. So here's our other host, Adam DeCare. We'll talk about where you can follow us.
Yeah, again, thanks for logging in, giving us a listen. Make sure to follow us on all your social media needs on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us at Porter Pridecast for both. So give us a like, give us a retweet, spread the word, tell all your friends, tell all your followers, like both those accounts, and keep on coming back.
And you can get the show, you can get our podcast wherever you find your podcasts. And you could also check out Porter Pridecast TV on YouTube. Just search Porter Pridecast on both, and you'll be able to come up with them. So make sure you subscribe to both of those channels so you can get all the episodes when they come out.
Don't forget to leave us those reviews, preferably 5 stars, and keep spreading the word. Go Porters.
Go Porters. Welcome to the Porter Pridecast, where you are here for episode 9. I'm one of your hosts, Brett Hespel, basketball coach and social studies teacher at Lockport. Joined by our other host, Adam DeCare, football coach, social studies teacher. Here we are, second episode of the fall 2020. What do you think, DeCare? How's it going over there?
It's going good. It's thought episode 8 went really well. It was good to get back in the studio. Got a lot of reach out from the fans saying they're glad the Pridecast is back. So that's what we do here at the Pridecast. We're here for the Pridecast faithful. So
we hear you, Jeremy Quaddy.
Little shout out, Jeremy. Still waiting for your people to get in touch with our people.
So remember that you get analysis about the Porters right here on the Porter Pridecast that you literally cannot get anywhere else.
Nowhere
else.
Else.
Remind the people that.
That's right.
So our format has been to kind of highlight what's going on around the school. Last week in episode 8, we touched on some fall sports, and we had Will Kiley, the magician, on the show, the Magic Man. That's obviously going viral now. I'm sure you've seen it trending. Here we are, episode 9. Who knows what's in store for episode 9? Still in remote.
We don't even know.
Yeah, it's true. We're just making up as we go. We're still in remote learning. There's fall sports happening. Football, NFL starts coming up here. Bears going to win the Super Bowl this year, DeCare? What's going on there?
I would like to say yes, but it's going to take some Will Kiley magic for that to happen, I think.
Do you think Mr. Joe Williams, Packers will win the Super Bowl? No.
There's a lot of animosity coming out of Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to need to tell himself to RELAX this year. So sorry, Mr. Williams, if you're listening, but not happening.
So sports are happening, and hopefully we have more coming. Lockport sports coming. Also, stay tuned because we've got the Decade series running. We dropped episode 7?
Episode 7.
We did our first of the best of the decade from 2010 to 2020. We featured football. Any thoughts on that?
No, that was I had a lot of fun, recording that, getting to talk. It was a nice trip down memory lane, talking with Billy Reed and Tommy Hook. So I'm excited for that series to continue, get to talk to some old familiar faces and really highlight all the good things that have happened, with the history of this great school.
Yeah, so we'll drop those intermittently throughout the school year. We've got another one in production right now for another sport, and then we've got some people lined up for a couple other sports, so you'll see some Lockport legends. We got some other news coming your way, coming up here, hopefully. We've got a few special guests that we're going to bring on and some things that have happened in their lives that we should mention. So stay tuned for those. Today we got another Lockport High School student joining us in a little bit. So let's do our 5 things we like. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea. I think we're going to like them this time. We're not going to think we like them.
Yeah, I think you're right. So the first thing that we like is we focused some on boys cross country last week with Will Kiley winning the pre-conference meet. They had a big dual meet this past weekend on Saturday, right before Labor Day, against Lincoln Way Central. And the Porters took down the Knights, one of the stronger teams in the state. Great showing from the Porters. And that happened at the Round Barn Farm.
That's right. That's it was just good things are going to happen once the Porters travel out to Manhattan.
So that's the first thing we like. What's the second one?
We talked about some success last episode about the boys golf program, and they've just continued to roll on here. They had a successful varsity meet this past week where they defended their title in the Gee Cup at Big Run. So the Gee Cup is named after the owners of Big Run, the Gee family, for all their contributions to high school and the Lockport Porters golf program. So the inaugural event was last year, which Lockport won. So back-to-back champions shot 155 and defeated Plainfield North, Lincoln Way Central, Lincoln Way West, Lincoln Way East, all the Lincoln Ways, and also Oswego. So Ben Souzas led the way with a 37. So great job, boys golf. Champs again.
Champs. That's right. It's all about the championships. And let's stay with golf. The third thing we like, let's go over to the girls' side. Coach Matt Major says the girls' golf team is having quite a season thus far. As of right now, they are in first place in conference, undefeated in first place in conference through dual competition. Zero losses in girls' golf. So the boys' golf team is doing great. The girls' golf team is right there with them. In fact, they may have just set a school record in their most recent competition of a team score of 159 over 9 holes. The girls averaged 39.75, which is a great score. It's better than I could do right now. My golfing days are behind me, or maybe ahead of me.
Mine never happened, so it never will.
But that's great news. Lizzie Anderson, who we're going to hear from in just a little bit, led the way for the Porters in their most recent competition. So great job by both boys and girls golf. That's the fourth thing we like.
And our final is that, Coach Espel mentioned at the beginning, but contact days have begun as of this week. So all the fall sports that have been able to compete, some of the other sports that have been pushed to the winter and spring, and I don't know what we're calling them now that there's 4 seasons, but some of those other sports are allowed to have some contact days. So I'm excited to get back out on the football field, get in the weight room, pump some iron, get back out on the field, throw the pigskin around a little bit. What's basketball got going on coming up here, Coach?
Yeah, so we got our 20 contact days as well. We're going to be using all of them. We're not starting till September 22nd. We're trying to kind of backload them a little bit closer to the season since it kind of runs up. They run up through October 31st, and then hopefully basketball season will start November 16th. So we're going to try to backload some of those so that they're as close to the season as possible. So we won't be starting until September 22nd, but we will be using ours too. It'll be great to get back on the court. We had some small camps in the summer, but it'll be great to get the guys out there. They're itching, ready to go. I know that. So I know girls basketball is going to use their contact days. I'm sure of that. I think cheerleading is. I don't know about some of the other spring sports or summer sports now, I guess. But it'll be good to see some people back out there on the field.
Absolutely.
Despite the fact that there's, restrictions and we're wearing masks and socially distancing, it'll still be good to, get everybody kind of back into the swing of things. So.
Absolutely.
There's our 5 things we like this week. In just a minute, we are going to bring on Lizzie Anderson to talk girls golf. So we'll see you in just a second. Okay, we are back, and we are joined with Lizzie Anderson from our girls golf team. Lizzie is now a junior now, right, Lizzie?
Yeah, I am.
Lizzie's now a junior She's been playing varsity golf since her freshman year. She's been playing for quite a while. She was in my class freshman year, DeCare, which has probably set her up for success. I mean, we're being honest. So, Lizzie, welcome. Tell us first, how long have you been playing golf competitively?
I started playing tournaments and competitively going into 7th grade this summer.
Going into 7th grade, what got you started playing golf?
My dad got me started because he knew a girl from my softball team that was like friends with another guy who was in golf, so he bought me clubs and I started then, and I really enjoyed it.
So you used to play softball before that, you said?
Yeah, I did. I played softball travel for like 7 years, yeah.
DeCare, are you any good at golf?
Miniature golf, not too bad, but no, regular golf, not my greatest strength. I didn't have the impressive high school career like Coach Hespel here. He was so good they made him retire after his freshman year.
Yep, it was a short career. What do you think, DeCare? What do you got for Lizzie?
No, just thanks for joining us. A lot of excitement going on with the girls golf program this year. So off to a great start. We were highlighting at the beginning of the episode, undefeated to start off. So just why don't you talk to us a little bit about how the season's been going so far and the good start you've gotten off to?
Well, everyone has been playing pretty well. We all started off pretty strong. Once in a while, one of us will play bad, but it's okay because we're really supportive. We all get along, really well. We hang out together. There's no one who's, left out, I would say. And now, since, I'm a junior, I could drive, a friend. And all the freshmen are included and stuff. And we actually have a lot of girls on the team this year from all ages. So that's pretty cool because I know my freshman year there weren't many girls. And I don't really remember how many there were last year, but this year's by far, the longest, biggest group we've had.
How many girls would you say are on the team this year? Do you have any idea?
I think there's 8 of us on varsity, and there has to be at least 20 of us on JV.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. That's a good number.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Mr. Major told me that you guys just recently played in a competition and had a score of 159, I believe, that he thinks might be the school record for 9 holes. So obviously that's a good performance. So, do you know where that was at? What I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think that was at Broken Arrow, but I'm not exactly sure.
So when something like that's going on, you're out there obviously concentrating on your round. How much do you know? How much are you aware of how the team is doing as a whole?
Major will come around and he'll ask us how we're doing, and we'll always ask how other people are doing. Because depending on how many girls are on other teams, we'll either play, there will be 2 of us and 1 of them, or 1 of us and 2 of them. So sometimes you're with someone. I usually play with Claire. I think I only played 1 by myself this year, it's fine. It's nothing a big deal or anything like that because everyone talks. Everyone's really nice. But if we see each other out there, we'll always give hand gestures because we're always really anxious to know.
So what is Coach Major's kind of message to the team been this year? With the good start you've gotten off to, has his approach changed at all from some of the years past with you being on varsity for now your 3rd year? Has his kind of message changed at all?
I had a different coach freshman year. There was a different varsity coach, but last year and this year he was been pretty consistent. I would say this year he's been better with the practices and how he comes across and stuff. And I know he coached years prior to this, but I think he became better as a coach with everyone. We all blend pretty well, I'd say. For a message, he always wants us to try our best and do well, and it's not always what are you doing wrong, but how do you learn from your mistakes and stuff like that for the future.
Growth mindset. See that, DeCare? Mr. Major.
That's counseling 101 right there.
Growth mindset. Lizzie, we're in obviously the weird times here in terms of competition, remote schooling, all that kind of stuff. Has it affected golf? I mean, how are things different? And is it weird, or have you adapted to it? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, golf's like outdoors, so it doesn't make too much of a difference, really. I know at the beginning of the season we had to play with masks on and stuff, which is a big adjustment. Because in my summer tournaments we didn't have to play with masks, but now we don't have to. We would put them on once in a while if we're like putting and we're all like close together, or if we're like in a big group. But we do stay socially distanced on the course. I don't think we're having sectionals or state this year. There's only going to be regionals and conference. So that's kind of like a big difference because our season's also cut short from that. And then we would play almost every Saturday an 18-hole match. This year we're only allowed to play 2, and it's with the same teams. It's only 4 of us instead of sometimes there'd be 8, and we travel. We don't have buses this year either, which before we only had 1, but all the freshmen need like a ride and sophomores too, so we try to help out our best with them. But that's probably like the biggest things, but nothing different really on the course, just getting there and our tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, it seems like a sport that could easily adapt to the changing restrictions this year. You said you played some summer tournaments. Do you play a lot of summer tournaments then?
I usually do, yeah. I didn't play many this year because I was still recovering from my surgery, but I usually play like 10 or 12, but this year I only played 5, so.
Takara, any other questions there for Lizzie that you can think of?
Yeah, just I'm always interested with this because I know it doesn't matter for me. You got a tough shot. What are you reaching for in the bag? You got a favorite club? To me, doesn't matter what I pick. It's not going far if I even make contact. But do you have like a go-to iron that you feel most comfortable with?
My favorite iron is probably my 9-iron, but I just got a bunch of new clubs this year, but I got comfortable with them really quickly, but I could hit a 3-wood off the ground pretty good too.
Takara, your clubs are all the same because when you play miniature golf, it's just always that weird putter that they give you at the Pirate Cove or wherever you're going.
That's my favorite club because usually when I need that means I got a chance to finish that hole. It means I'm close. So it's usually I'm probably in double-digit shots to get there, but the end is sometimes near.
Lizzie, what's your lowest 18-hole score that you've ever shot?
For 18 holes, I think a 68.
And do you know where that was at?
In 8th grade, there were sectionals and state. So at sectionals, I shot a 68, yeah.
And what's your favorite all-time course you've ever played?
I'd say my favorite course is Sea Island in Georgia.
Oh, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, really nice.
We're not allowed there. Me and
No.
Coach Help are not allowed there.
Lizzie, I just want to say thank you for taking a few minutes to come out and talk to us about the girls' golf season. We wish you the best of luck down the stretch here. And then obviously, beyond this season, because you play a lot of golf outside of the school competitive season. So best of luck to you. Keep the team playing well, and I hope you guys can do well in the conference and regional tournament down the road.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Lizzie Anderson joining us to talk about girls golf. We will be right back with the end of the show. Well, that was great hearing from Lizzie. It's always good to try and get, that's one of the things we want to do is get different perspectives from different people. So we've had a boys cross country athlete on in episode 8. You can go check that out on YouTube or Spotify. And now with episode 9, we've got a girls golfer. Pretty cool to see and hear from a variety of athletes, when you say?
Yeah, no, it's some of these sports that, both of us are always busy coaching during our respective seasons. So sometimes it can be hard to keep track of what some of the other programs are doing. So, with some of this time off, it's nice to get to talk to some of these athletes and really just see all the great things that are going on in Lockport athletics.
Speaking of great things going on in Lockport athletics, what do we got on the week ahead here, Takara?
We got plenty of good things coming up with a week ahead. So a lot of a lot of competitions, a lot of excitement ahead for the Porters in our respective fall sports. So just kind of taking a preview. I'm going to flip the script here on Coach Hespel, give him a little rapid fire of what's ahead, and he's got some guaranteed expert analysis on some of these upcoming events. So we got the girls golf quad versus Sandburg, Lincoln Way Central and Lincoln Way East at Silver Lake coming up on the 12th. So just talking with Lizzie, excited to see the girls back in action. We think they're coach.
They're in first place, so keep it that way.
Enough said. There you go. You heard it here first. We got the boys golf continuing at Morris on the 12th, and also got big senior night coming up on the 14th at the Big Run Try.
Always good to recognize the seniors, especially this year when the school year is, not its normal thing. And, led by Ben Slouzis, who's a two-time defending state champ. I know they have a great senior class, so good for them. Hopefully some family members and stuff are able to get out there and recognize those guys.
Yep. Good luck, seniors, and all the other Porter golfers as well, not just
freshman night will be later.
We got boys cross country at HF coming up on the 15th.
They're going to run far, probably 3 miles.
We also got girls at home cross country against HF. Probably going to run far too, I imagine.
I would imagine they'd run the same distance.
We got girls swim is home against Sandburg on the 15th. And we got girls tennis with a gauntlet of a schedule coming up here. We got at Lincoln Way Central. We've got at Lincoln Way East. We've got at JCA. And then we're home against HF. So that's
those are all separate. Those are all separate matches.
All separate matches.
Holy cow! It's like they're like the St. Louis Cardinals, who are playing like double headers every day now because of the virus. And now girls tennis is like back to back to back to. Champlin, Coach Champlin is. Let's hope that the girls are ready for that.
As every as the
the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open's going on right now.
It is.
Did you see that Novak Djokovic got disqualified?
Respect your judges. Do not hit any tennis balls.
Do not hit any tennis balls at Mr. Huey if he's the line judge for any of those matches, because you could get disqualified. There's the analysis.
Like I said, as promised, expert analysis here by Coach Hespel, but a great look ahead of what's coming up in Lockport Athletics.
Yeah. And as we move into truly the fall here, we're going to miss some normal events like homecoming and things like that. But hopefully we can keep notifying you of all the great stuff that is happening. I think that brings us to the end of – how did I do, Dictator?
I mean, I think you knocked it out of the park.
Did I do? Well, that's a summer sport now, baseball. So
yeah. Oh, no, I'm skipping a couple seasons here. No. That was you handled the hot seat a lot. I was not expecting it last week, so now the bar has been set. I'll be ready to go next week.
Yeah, it was better than yours was, but it wasn't. Well,
the viewers are used to that anyway.
All I had to do was be awake, and
I'm just the sidekick to the true voice of the Porter Pridecast.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so that's episode 9. That brings us to the end. We'll be back here next week with our next weekly wrap-up. Don't forget
double-digit episode coming up.
Oh,
we make it there.
Some people didn't think we'd make it to 10.
I was included.
Me, yeah. So here we are, episode 10 next week. Make sure you're following along. You can check us out on Twitter and Instagram. You can watch the episodes on YouTube. Go back and find them, or podcast on Spotify. Share it. Give us a review. Click the like button. Let us know who has a better hairstyle and how we're doing. And if you want to see some other stuff too, it'd be great. Any other thoughts to care before we close up shop?
No, just looking forward to continuing to highlight, all the positive stuff that's going on. Not the school year that we wanted to start, but still a lot of great things going on here at Lockport Township High School. So as always, go Porters.
All right, go Porters. We'll see you guys next time.